Next, we have Hotelier's panel discussion on the topic Leaping Ahead of Global Brands, Opportunities and Underlying Challenges. This promises to be a dynamic discussion with some of the leading minds in our industry. Let me start by introducing our moderator, Akanksha Garg. Akanksha is a natural-born entrepreneur, launched one of India's first sustainable tourism business at just 18. Up next is Vikram Lalwani. He is the managing director and CEO of Sterling Hotels Resorts, one of India's leading leisure hospitality brands. With over 28 years of leadership experience, Vikram is known for driving business transformation and building scalable models for success. He began his career with Taj Hotels, pioneering revenue management, and later brought global experience from IT and ITES with Sutherland. At Sterling, he has stirred the brand to profitability and growth through innovation and technology. A mechanical engineer, MBA, and certified leader from Wharton and Cornell, Vikram is also the chairman of the All India Resort Development Association. And everyone, put your hands together for Vikram.
So our topic today is leaping ahead of global brands, opportunities and underlying challenges. Challenges. That's the key. Do you feel that we can offer better cultural immersion to our clients?
Yeah, so one of my key points is adaptability. I think as a boutique chain, we can showcase a lovely heritage bungalow, at the same time service it like a five-star hotel. So that's a big feature or big differentiator which we have over any other global chains, because global chains are they are driven by a particular SOP, which is which is required for a box hotel, right? So here I can have a linen which is of any five-star hotel in a bungalow or in a heritage scenario, so you retain the culture, at the same time you give a very high-end experience to your customers. So that adaptability is very much Indian, very much boutique and domestic. And I think another thing is we can also, also related to adaptability, is experiences. We can actually personalize a lot of experiences. We don't have to be driven by what is written in the book. Okay, my IHG says this, or Marriott says this. Marriott within the other brands, or Hilton within themselves have these SOPs. So we don't have to really go by the book. We can actually have a Kashmiri thali served in a Srinagar hotel, which is a nice boutique hotel. So adaptability from that perspective is also very, very important.
Would you like to add something, Mr. Lalwani?
Sorry, I have a completely different opinion on this whole thing.
Please, you want to hear that?
With due respect to my fellow panelists here, I think we are talking Indian, global. Times have changed. And I think let's stop thumping our chest saying that how different we are from the global chains. Everyone's adaptable in every market. If Indian companies go abroad, they have to adapt to that market, and they do adapt to that market. They employ people in that market to run the business in the market that they're operating in. So I don't think so there is a clear distinct or a differentiator between an Indian brand and what a global brand can do and cannot do. The customer at the end of the day looks at it not as a fact that, oh, I'm going into an Indian brand. Oh, no, I'm going into a foreign brand. He goes into, or he or she goes into what he wants as an experience, or what he wants out of that hotel or that resort. So, this Indian foreign, this division, I don't think so. I think somewhere or the other, this is not the right way to look at it.
No, but my question stems from a clear fact that, when you look at a Marriott in India and you look at the Taj, there's a clear distinction in terms of the brand offering. And
could be distinctions, I'm sorry to say. Their philosophy, their brand philosophy could be different. They are differentiating one against the other. We are also differentiating. So it's not that, we have an edge, they have less of an edge. They have more of an edge and we have less of an edge. It's not about them and us. It's about the fact that we are fighting them in the marketplace for a pie of the market. Now, whoever wins is the winner. That's all.
You know, in the last couple of years, we've seen massive expansion in terms of villas. And, you know, everybody's looking at privacy, especially post-pandemic. We want to get away. We really don't want to go to a hotel structure. So what are your thoughts on that? Do you feel that resort brands are now better positioned to sell privacy in the Indian market? Lalwani ji, are you planning to expand into this market as well?
Frankly, as of now, no. It requires scale, number one. It requires, because you can't enter in, 5, 6, 7 destinations. It requires a wildfire kind of, and that's what India lacks. India lacks scale. And when we get scale, that's when you're able to also derive economic value. Other which ways, it just doesn't work. Now, you're talking about, just to a previous point, Indian brand, foreign brand. That's what they are coming here and acquiring. They are coming here and acquiring the capability that we put together to start something, and for them it's an easy thing to just drop the dollar and take it. So the fact of the matter is, India still requires scale, and once we attain that scale, there will be consolidation. Someone will acquire.
Do you feel that in today's market, like, earlier back in the day, there used to be coming to timeshare now? Do you feel that in timeshare concept, earlier it used to be like, you have 1 week stay available and you go and stay there. But instead, people are now looking for flexibility in terms of, can they get lifestyle credits? Can they get add-on experiences? What is really trending now in the market?
If there's a flight plus visa involved, it'll be a long duration, 2-month, 3-month planning. If there's just a flight involved, it'll be anywhere between 5 to 15, 20 days. What we are seeing now, especially at Elevas, is that there is a lot of spur of the moment travel. And spur of the moment travel is like deciding today that I have to go tomorrow for a check-in into a villa to celebrate or just watch a match together. Something as simple as that. So there are all segments. And like Vikram said rightly, there's a lot of business now in the D-3 window in that sense.
Yeah, see, the highways have improved, airports have improved, drive-to has improved. In leisure destinations, I'm surprised to see 12% D-1. On the same day, it's 7%. So actually, it also throws your operational planning a little out of gear, right? And you almost 18-19% of your business comes D-1, D-2. You're literally sitting on tender hooks, not knowing how to do your roster the next day. And I'm running a hotel. This is the first time I'm actually speaking in relation to Sterling, but we run a hotel in Bokaro, and there is 32% D-1. So I 32%.
32.
And that was the place like Bokaro, right? So we say, hey, listen, you got to do daily rostering. You can't do weekly rostering anymore.
When we are the Indian market, and we have a lot of mid-scale brands right now and all over the cities. And you can also see the tier 2, tier 3 cities are expanding exponentially at the moment. 1,000 room nights, 500 room nights. It's no more a small number. So do you feel, this is again a comparison with the international brand because it comes into localization and cost efficiency. Do you think it's more reasonable to have a local brand take over or a global brand?
I'll be very frank out here. We're talking about all this, all these aspects, and I'm not speaking from a Sterling perspective. So I'm a generalist industry person here. I think most of the brands or we brands in India, or we want to take global chains or whatever you say, are doing a horrible job. I'll tell you, and we're all saying demand exceeding supply. Supply is, growing in India, there's headroom. How many of the brands have an ROCE of 25% and more? Now, you talk about an owner, all right? If he is asking for an ROCE, return on capital employed, of 20-25%, he is justified. He is justified. An IRR of 18% is justifiable when you are saying, and when the whole industry is saying, demand is exceeding supply, and etc. of that kind, and name the hotels, even the listed ones, put out your balance sheets and see how many of them can deliver ROCE of over 20%. Now, distribution, feeling good, customer service, all these nice lip service. But at the end of the day, it's ROCE. Now, if you have not got an ROCE of 20% or 25%, I'd rather put the money into film business. Why would I put the money in the hotel business? So I'm looking at it from from an owner point of view. So we're talking Indian versus foreign now, who's more economical, who's less economical. It's not about whether I can get the general manager at 50,000 rupees, an Indian brand, and a foreign brand gets him at 45,000 just because it's a foreign brand. It's not about that. It's about ROCE. It's about return on capital employed. That's it.
But I would like to actually add to that. Wouldn't it be that as a boutique property or Indian brand, you don't have a very heavy management fee as compared to a global brand? So to get a return on your ROCE,
For the owner, not only for the brand. The brand has
for the owner, from an expense perspective. Would you like to add? Yeah.
So
Yes.
I believe that ROC for the owner in Indian hospitality is really tough because of the way real estate gets valued here. Anywhere else in the world, a hotel gets valued on discounted cash flows that it generates, and that's how much the land is worth. Here, if you are Sector 29 in Gurgaon, people will bid crazy amounts because we believe that land is just an appreciating asset. 10-15% तो हर साल बढ़ेगा ही बढ़ेगा. So वो तो मेरे को मिलेगा ही. What the underlying cash flows or economics of the business is, even the owner does not care. And anyway, they are pumping in other kinds of money into these hotels anyway. So they look at it as an ROCE of my appreciation versus the yield that I'm getting from that hotel. And then they end up getting what they are, not from the operations of the hotel. And that's basically due to land pricing and building inefficiencies and all in our country. I don't think a foreign operator or an Indian operator can do much to change that.
I think it's more of a city cost, land value which has increased over the year. And we can actually thank tier 2 and tier 3 cities because they want local and global brands to come in so that travel increases. And we've seen that in small cities such as Ranchi, Nagpur. I think it's got Radisson, it's got a lot of local brands like Pride and so on. Yeah, please.
See, I know we have some few seconds left, and I hope I'm not, see, I'm just trying to also, say something that it's okay, more the merry, all right? In a market, more the merry, because supply will also create its own demand. Now, I'll give you an example. 9-10 years ago, I'm not talking again only from a sterling perspective, we entered Gangtok, all right? And we were the first few hotel chains to enter Gangtok. We know how we had to struggle to, develop that market, get the destination out to the general market and the general public. Today, the more the supply, everyone's going to do that. So therefore, supply will create its own demand, and that's nothing wrong. Global, Indian, African, anywhere, it's good. More the supply, better the demand.
How do you think Indian hotels are now leveraging AI? Just keep it basic. Let's not talk about global. Let's not talk about domestic.
I had a CEO of a large healthcare company called me recently because we're good friends, and he's a global company, by the way. And he said, "Listen, I've spent $3 million on AI. My sales have not gone up, and neither have my costs come down." So I asked him one question. In fact, I told him that your AI cannot replace bad processes. Are you using AI to enable your winners, in this case your salespeople or top salespeople, win more, or is your AI designed for losers to try to become winners? So frankly, so if you cannot, your AI cannot replace bad processes. Simple. So this buzzword of AI, we have to use it carefully and we have to use it intelligently.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Akansha.
That was an incredible discussion. Thank you to our moderator and all the panelists. I request everyone to kindly remain on stage as I request Siva to once again join us on the stage to express our thanks to this panel and a small symbol of our appreciation.